Right, so you've got your driving test on Monday, and what do you want to do today?
Mock test.
Mock test, okay. Give you sort of 5-10 minutes to get warmed up, and then we'll start the actual test, okay? I'll be your examiner. I'm going to go into a role play, so you can ask me any questions that you want, but I'll only answer to you in the same way that the examiners will answer. What are you hoping to achieve out of the mock test today?
Pass.
A pass?
Yeah.
All right. So obviously that's your perspective, a pass, and I get it. I really understand it. However, what I would like you to achieve from it is to get that feel for the test, get into the test mode. Yeah. It's not about the pass or fail today. It really isn't. Yeah, if you get a pass, fine. But it's just a mock test. So there's a lot more that you can get out of a mock test than just a pass or fail.
Yeah.
Move off when you're ready.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'd like you to follow the road ahead unless you're given instructions differently.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like you to pull over and stop on the left for me, please. Okay, thank you. Drive on when you're ready.
Yeah.
Again, I'd like to pull up and stop on the left somewhere for me, please. Thank you, and drive home when it's safe. So at the crossroads, I'd like you to turn right. Okay, thank you. Drive on when you're ready. Okay, thank you. I'm going to do your manoeuvre now, so what I'd like you to do is pull up and stop on the right hand side of the road, keeping close to and parallel with the curb. Okay, thank you. And now I'd like you to reverse back 2 car lengths. Thank you. Drive on when you're ready. Thank you. Take the next road on the right. Thank you. Drive on when you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to call that the end of your test.
Yeah.
So that's it. What we'll do is when we finish at the end, we'll have a proper debrief on that. So I suppose, you know, I mean, it's only a very quick sort of drive around the block, isn't it?
It
really?
is.
You know, that's all
Yeah.
it really is. How did you find it?
Nerve-wracking.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how did it compare to the one before?
Because I don't know, it's just, I'm not saying that the lessons aren't important. I'm not saying that. Because obviously when the test, it's more stricted than compared to the lessons, if that makes sense. So, because you're more pressured onto it.
It's a more realistic.
Yeah.
It's closer to the test. I mean, you've got a really important point there. Turn it right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean you've raised a really important point, and you're absolutely right. However,
Yeah.
the problem is, you see, when you're on your lessons, we can't be like this all the time because there's got to be the learning process. So on the mock test and the test, you know, it's literally you are told what to do, and then you do it, and you either get it right or wrong or such. But on the lessons, we can't do that because you don't have the knowledge of how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the point.
Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot more guiding in the lessons. So you couldn't just have like mock tests all the time. And I mean, I've had people ringing me up saying, "Well, yeah, I want you to give my son lessons just on test routes, everything test routes, just do test routes." And I can't just do test routes. You know, what's it going to do? How's it going to learn?
Yeah.
Apart from that, I think there's about 25 different test routes. Okay, so leave the engine running. Just handbrake and park. Right, you can take your seatbelt off and just chill out for a bit. All right then. So, I suppose first off, you know, I asked you what you wanted to get out of it from the beginning, at the beginning of the test, and you said a pass or a fail. So, what do you think? Pass or fail?
Fail.
You fail, right? Why?
I don't know. I just think it's a fail.
I mean, come on. If you're going to say fail, I want a reason.
Well, there wasn't. I don't know. It's either a pass or fail. I think it's just you haven't stopped me. There was. I don't know. Yeah, you know the park, and whenever you said turn to the left, like a signal to the left, and we had to park into the left. I thought probably I did wrong on that. Whenever there was I think it was a van that was coming in, and then I stopped, it was in between, and then the van had to go through. So then I suggested, go a bit forward so that it could go away around it.
Yeah, I remember what you.
Yeah.
No. That was because you stopped your signal and then carried on, didn't you? And I think you did the right thing.
Yeah.
That particular one, I do remember. Yeah, you. It was a little bit strange because you actually, just before that, you had a really nice clear place to stop on the left, a nice big long raised curb, and it would have been easy, and you kind of went past it, and I kind of, and then you kind of went to where all the cars were, and then you signaled and sort of tried to sneak in, and I'm thinking, ooh, what you're doing there is going to create a pinch point. And then when I saw the van, I thought, well, if you stop here, that van's going to have to super slow down and pick his way through. And of course you could have stopped back there dead easy, but yes, you realised at the time, you cancelled your signal, so it's not too late because you hadn't fully stopped, and then you carried on to a much safer place. So yes, I do remember that. No, that's not it. Now, all right, let me put you out your misery, right? So you didn't pass.
Right.
However, the reason you didn't pass is what's really important, isn't it? Yeah? It's an interesting result here. So you've got a fail, but you've only got 2 minor marks.
Right.
However, the serious is for the same thing as the minors.
Right.
And what that tells us is that there's only just one area here of your driving that you need to work on.
Yeah.
And it's your moving off.
Okay.
Right, so I got you to stop on the main road.
Yeah.
Yep. And you stopped, and it's really good stop. And then I said, thank you, drive on when it's safe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's cars coming down behind you. So what you've done is you've signalled, the van stopped and let you out, yeah? All right, that's the fail.
Right.
So if you remember on your lessons, what I always say to you is don't put your signal on until you're ready to go.
Yeah.
The guy that stopped and let you out, why do you think he stopped and let you out?
Because I hadn't got my signal on.
No, you did have your signal on. So why did he let you out?
Because I was signalling to turn right, and then I think so.
He's let you out for the simple reason he's afraid to go around you because he thinks you're about to move off.
Yeah.
And if he goes to the side of you, he thinks you're going to move into him.
Right. Yeah.
Do you understand?
Got it now.
So he's not letting you out because he's a nice guy or he's been polite to you or anything like that. He's doing it because you've created a fear in his mind that if he goes around you, you're about to move into him like that.
Right.
So this is what we're saying. Do not give your signal until you're ready to go. Right? But what you cannot do is you cannot sit there with your signal on waiting for somebody to let you out. So that's the serious. Now the minor, the minors, both are the same thing. Basically, your road is clear for you to go. Yeah. But there's a car coming down the other side of the road. Right. And you're stopping and waiting for him. So I've asked you to move off the first time, it was the first time we stopped, I believe, or the second time. And there's a car coming down the road, and you're waiting, you stopped. Oh, I can see you. Oh, so you're looking behind you, yeah, it's clear. And then you see him, you go, oh. So you've waited for him to come down this side of the road, past you, and then you've driven on. But why didn't you just move off on your road's clear? Yeah. Do you understand? So if you're waiting to move off from the left and there's a car coming down the road towards you on the other side of the road, what's that going to do with you? Absolutely nothing. Not a single thing. You were more than safe to move off. Yeah, no signal, off you go. Check your shoulders, you go. Yeah, you don't have to wait for both sides to be clear. And you did it twice. Yeah. Yeah. And the second time, I think it was exactly the same thing. So again, I'm trying to remember, I think there was a pedestrian involved as well. Yeah. But it was just before we did the fixed manoeuvre, I think. And again, there was a car coming down the road, but you were actually clear to move off. I think there was a parked car in front of you, and you could have moved off and waited behind him and then gone round him. Yeah. But what you've done is you've waited, parked up until the road that way is completely clear, and then you've moved off.
Yeah. I remember that now. Yeah, I did do that.
Now, I'm going to try to...